It was a dark and stormy night when I first set foot in Moonlight Manor. The ancient mansion stood tall, its silhouette a stark contrast against the ominous sky. I had inherited the property from a distant relative I barely knew, but the sheer allure of the manor drew me in, promising untold secrets and forgotten tales. Upon entering, I felt an inexplicable chill crawl up my spine. The flickering candlelight cast eerie shadows across the dimly lit corridors, and the creaking floorboards echoed through the empty halls. As I explored the rooms, a pervasive sense of unease settled in my chest, and it was as if unseen eyes followed my every move. Ignoring my mounting trepidation, I settled into my new abode. Each night, I would hear faint whispers drifting through the walls. Doors would slam shut, and odd sounds echoed in the distant corners of the manor. I attributed it to the aging structure, hoping to convince myself that it was just the wind. But as the days passed, the paranormal activity grew bolder. Strange apparitions appeared in the mirrors, and ghostly figures danced in the moonlight outside my window. My dreams became plagued by night terrors, vivid visions of the mansion's dark history. One day, while rummaging through the dusty attic, I stumbled upon a collection of ancient letters. They spoke of a family curse, a tragic tale that spanned generations. A malevolent spirit, long trapped within the walls of Moonlight Manor, sought revenge for the injustices suffered by the family that once lived there. As I delved deeper into the family's sordid past, I realized that the spirit had been waiting for someone like me, an heir to the cursed legacy. I had unknowingly unlocked the door to the other side, and now the vengeful entity sought to consume me. Terrified and desperate, I sought the help of paranormal investigators, but they could only offer vague explanations and talismans that provided no relief. The malevolent spirit grew increasingly agitated, tormenting me relentlessly. Each night, it whispered chilling threats, promising to make me pay for uncovering its dark secrets. My health began to deteriorate, and I became a mere shell of my former self. Sleep evaded me, as the haunting grew stronger and more sinister. The walls seemed to ooze with malevolence, and the once grand manor now felt like a prison from which there was no escape. In a desperate attempt to break the curse, I sought out the local librarian, a rumored expert in ancient rituals and arcane knowledge. She explained that the spirit could only be appeased by an act of self-sacrifice, a final gesture to atone for the sins of the past. With a heavy heart, I prepared myself for the ritual. As the full moon rose, I stood in the heart of the manor, surrounded by flickering candles and ancient symbols. The air crackled with a malevolent energy, and I knew that my life hung in the balance. Summoning every ounce of courage, I recited the incantation. The room trembled, and the temperature plummeted. The spirit appeared before me, its ghastly visage twisting in rage. I braced myself for the inevitable, but instead of attacking, the spirit spoke. In a voice filled with pain and sorrow, it revealed the truth behind the curse. The family that had once lived here had been torn apart by greed and betrayal, and the spirit's rage was born from its unquenchable thirst for justice. In that moment, I understood that I was not the target of the spirit's wrath, I was merely a conduit for its pain. With a heavy heart, I offered my empathy and remorse, promising to remember the forgotten souls who had suffered within these walls. As I made my solemn vow, a blinding light engulfed the room. The spirit dissipated, and an overwhelming sense of peace washed over me. The curse had been broken, and Moonlight Manor fell silent once more. In the years that followed, I turned the manor into a sanctuary for those seeking solace. I made sure the tragic tales of the past were never forgotten, hoping that in remembering, the souls of the departed would find eternal rest. Moonlight Manor remained a place of mystery and intrigue, but it no longer held the sinister presence that had once plagued it. And though I bore the emotional scars of that harrowing experience, I knew that I had played a part in healing the wounds of the past.